During break, and you just took right to skiing, didn't you?
Yeah, I guess so. I'm still here. Didn't kill myself.
Tell us about your earliest memory of getting up on skis and getting up on Sugarloaf.
Oh, goodness. I was hoping you were going to ask me a question what I did for work up here. But
I'm going to ask you that, too. Yeah.
Anyway, no, I just, like I said, I bought those Northlands from Harvey Boynton down at the ski shop in Kingfield. That was before he had the shop here on the mountain, and I just come up and went skiing.
Yeah.
But I had skied years ago because my folks lived at Chain of Ponds, and I used to ski down those narrow trails down through the trees and stuff up there.
Yeah.
So I had a little bit of a feel for it.
So you had the excitement of skiing. And when you first came here, your first week at Sugarloaf, tell us what you did your first week when you started here.
Well, it kind of started off with a bang, if you will.
Uh-oh.
Because I come up here that first week, and Hazen McMullen was operations manager up here at the time. And he said, they've been in some brush over there, going to be. You want to go give them a hand in the meantime? Because I ended up running a 450 John Deere bulldozer on a narrow gauge later and grooming around some of the first condos. But anyway, we went over there, and I was working with a fella, and it's pretty difficult to start a fire when you have a big pile. To get a little fire going under it, and you kind of do it on the upwind side, get it started, and then you can take some diesel and throw on it. And diesel? No, it don't.
Right, it doesn't explode. Right,
it doesn't explode.
Right.
But I had a can there, and the guy, well, yeah, that's diesel in there. Okay, so I took some, splashed it. Next thing, it flashed and blew up in my face. And I'm sure I singed my eyebrows, and I looked at him, and I said, I thought you said that was diesel. Well, I put a little gas in it, too, he said, to help it along.
Oh,
anyway,
geez.
Yeah, I got to say, that left a lasting impression.
I can see that. This is before OSHA, right?
Yeah, you read a lot of stuff we did before OSHA, yeah.
Yeah. Now, tell us about the lifts and what you did. You did an awful lot of work, including surveying, site work. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, when it came up here, I think there was about 4 T-bars. And in the fall, before they started stuff up for the ski season, because I had a surveying background from Orono a little bit, and Hazen would have me line those in. Well, there'd be 2 of us go up there, and I'd set the transit up. They wouldn't be out much, but they had guys on the side with turnbuckles on them so you could realign it. They didn't get out much, but we wanted it right on. So we did all 4 of those T-bars every fall before the season started to make sure everything was lined in. And that was about the extent of that. But I did a lot of other things, too, as far as survey work goes. Now,
there was probably no manuals or any instruction.
No.
So how do you they just send you up there and
well, as far as doing the
lining?
Yeah,
the lining.
Oh, yeah. Well, you just set your transit up. It takes a minute to do that, a few minutes. Yeah. So you get it lined in while you want it. Yeah. And then just have them do the adjustments to get it lined back in again. Because what happens is you get the frost and these things change where they're anchored to just a little bit.
Yeah.
And so they shift a little bit, and that's what we did. We kind of lined them back in for the season.
Wow. You can still see some of those old towers out in the woods. You know,
is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, now tell us what it's like to put a lift in here and to be in the starting process of that. What are some of the challenges that you went through building and helping with these lifts?
Black flies.
Black flies, huh?
Yeah, Pete Morin was up here at the time. He worked up here quite a few years, and he was my partner that year. And when you get off the top of number 3 T-bar, off the right, they wanted to put in a diesel-powered because they had no electricity up there to run them from there to the summit, because a lot of times they couldn't run the gondola when the wind was 40 miles plus or whatever. So we did Pete and I did the original profile so they know where to locate the structures. And they sent that in, and then they made a setup, so they know where to put the towers and all of that. And later on, when we got that back, Pete and I did all the construction on that. We probably had a little help here and there.
Yeah.
But boys, the black flies, the higher you went on the mountain, were really bad. And what we used to do, we had helmets that we wore, and we'd put a little coating of diesel fuel on it. And when you come down, the thing would be just black. Because you clap your hands like that in the cloud, you might kill 6 or 7 just in a cloud of black flies.
Wow.
That was the hardest part of doing that whole project.
That's some kind of aftershave right there.
Yeah, you're right. The only place I seen them is that bad or worse was up in Canada when Gardner Defoe was my brother-in-law, and that was the year I got to know him. That was in 1964.
1964, yeah.
And we built two neat little log cabins on an island on the Rupert River that runs into James Bay.
Wow.
And I could probably talk half an hour more on that subject, because that was probably quite a project.
Have you seen the movie? The Gardner Defoe movie?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
A couple times.
Yeah, good for you. Good for you. Winter grooming. Talk about grooming. We were talking about grooming here, and there wasn't really much for grooming when it first started here. Tell us about what you remember.
Let's see, in the beginning they had Tucker snowcats, and then they went to thiokol, and when I came to work up here, they had 3 or 4 thiokols that they used to work. Well, I had the one with a platform on the back, and you could put the operator and a passenger in it. And you won't believe it, but what we used for packing back then, 2 or 3 of us, we had steel rolls that were probably 4 feet in diameter, and we had chains attached to the corners so that they wouldn't come around up on the track, because they could slide around pretty good. But when they packed with those, it stayed put pretty well.
Huh.
But anyway, we've done quite a bit of grooming, and we were getting ready for the World Cup race in February of '71. Well, I was the first one up there. We didn't touch the trail all winter because we wanted to save that so it would be special. So we decided to come down, and I was talking to an old timer, and he said, yeah, when you come down, you want to come down the head wall in high gear. I said, that's crazy. You don't want to do that. He was right, because I come down, I got right to the top of the, where you start down the head wall. I put it in low gear. Wrong. I went pretty good for a little bit, and it shifted, and it's geared so low you couldn't make the track go fast enough, and I went down sideways with on the head wall with that cat with a steel roll behind me, and then, but you had to go back up around to make another pass to come down through. So we packed the whole thing. I think it was mostly me that did the work on the first trips down.
Going down sideways.
That one, but the next one I was in high gear and it worked pretty
I bet
good.
you were. We're going to take a break. We're going to come right back with Fred Townsand and talk more about some nostalgic sugarloaf and more. So stay with us. We'll be right back.
Yeah.